Hello everyone and welcome to the very first episode of MomChitChat.
Yay!
What is MomChitChat, you may ask? Well, MomChitChat is where we fabulous moms get together to just have a candid conversation about life and family and business and children.
Gossip.
Of course, just like a little teaspoon of tea just to keep things sweet. So motherhood is very challenging, as we all know. So we thought it was important that we're able to just have conversations and take on these challenges that we may be facing in our everyday lives, one conversation at a time.
Yep.
So my name is Nicole Chikwe, and I'm a mom of 3.
Ooh.
And I'm the founder of TK Wellness, which is a health and wellness company aimed at helping women look good and feel great.
Great. My name is Jane Ogoye, and I'm the founder of Fab Mom NG. Fab Mom NG is a parenting and lifestyle resource site and community for moms here in Nigeria, and I'm a mom of 3.
Woo!
And hi, I'm Modukwe Enyila, the founder of Hi Mom Zone, a platform for new, pregnant, and toddler mamas. And I'm a mom of 2 boys.
Wow, you're strong, sis. Hang in there. So let's get into the hot topics of the day. Are you ready?
Yep.
You ready?
Yes.
Okay. So, natural birth versus epidural. What is the Nigerian woman's obsession with giving birth like a Hebrew woman? So, this happened to me a lot when I was pregnant. I'm sure it happened to you guys as well. People see you pregnant and they're like, oh, don't worry. God is in control. May you deliver like a Hebrew woman. Amen. And I mean, I would say amen, but I didn't really know what that meant. So what is it to give birth like a Hebrew woman? What does that even mean?
Well, I think this thing is more of a Nigerian thing or an African thing where they tell you have to give it like an Hebrew woman. That means you have to give it naturally. Is it naturally they call it now or?
Vaginal
Vaginally,
birth.
okay,
So
naturally,
then,
okay.
Vaginal birth is the birth.
Yeah.
That means that you're strong as a woman. You've shown your strength as a woman.
Right.
To some people, but then I mean, to me, it's. Can I swear?
No,
Probably not. Okay.
I feel the pressure is so much on a lot of women because it also affects the self-esteem of women who had C-section births. I did have a C-section birth.
Okay.
And I recall when I was having my testimony in church, the whole dedication and everything. So before I came on, before it was time to dedicate my babies, a mom came out and she had her testimony and she was like, I was in labor for like 10 hours and the doctor was like, my pelvis is very tiny. I have to undergo a C-section. And I told him, God forbid, he's my enemy that will undergo a C-section. And so eventually, I think her husband stood his grounds and she eventually had a C-section. And thank God for her because the placenta was already strangled on her baby's neck. So after her testimony, before I came on to have mine, I was just feeling that I felt like at this point, maybe perhaps the pastor should have come in to say, yes, faith works, but medicine is still, the doctors know best at this point. Because we know when people still happen, Hebrew birth. A lot of women die in the process.
Right.
A lot of children even die. A lot of stillbirths happen. So I think the notion, I don't know where he started from. I clearly not from the Bible. Clearly not from the Bible. But we need to talk about it because there's a lot of stigma attached to C-section,
Moms, right.
as against vaginal birth.
Right. Okay. Well, that's really interesting. I all 3 kids I had naturally. But if you were to have a baby naturally, I mean, but you had C-section as well, right? Would you have gone for an epidural or would you have done it like full throttle, no drugs, no medication?
Well, I would have loved to try both.
Okay.
Yeah, I would have loved to try the natural without the epidural and as well the epidural. I'd love to try both.
How about you, Jane?
I would love to have epidural. My pain threshold is crazy.
My threshold is crazy as well, but then it's just it can be very experimental. I just want to experience it and let's just what's this thing about? I mean, what's the whole pain about?
Sis.
Tell us your experience. How was it like for you?
So the thing is, would I say I'm lucky enough to have had both, like both a natural and an epidural. And yeah, my first was an epidural. I was very excited. I had no plans of doing a natural birth ever. Like if there's an option to do it pain-free, then why wouldn't I go for it? So I was very excited, got the epidural, And everything went really well. It was great, actually. When it was time to push, I couldn't really feel anything. As the doctors would now tell me, okay, well, you're having a contraction now. You should push. I'm like, oh, I'm having a contraction now. Oh, should I push now? They're like, yes. I'm like, okay.
Wow.
Okay. Is the baby here? So I did that and it was great. I was gisting with my friends. I was on WhatsApp. I was like, oh yeah, the doctor said I'm 9 centimeters now. He said I'm 10. So it was fantastic. I was like, oh yeah, I've had the baby. And I got wheeled away. And so that was my plan for my second baby. I was like, of course, I've had the epidural. Yeah. It was great. Why would I not have an epidural the second time around? But with my second, I went into labor at 36 weeks. Okay. So I got to the hospital and the doctors weren't really sure, the midwives weren't really sure that I was actually in labor. They thought maybe it was just Braxton Hicks because 36 weeks is quite early. Okay. And by the time they took me seriously enough to know that I was in labor, it was too late for me to get the epidural. And I was heartbroken. I was just like, I cannot believe this. Call the anesthesiologist. I'm going to die. I refuse. I was just like, I refuse. I was literally like crossing my legs. And I was like, look, I am not doing this without an epidural. And of course, Nato was there like, oh, don't worry, you give birth like a human machine. No, bro. I don't care about Hebrew woman. I want my drugs, but my labor went really quickly, and the baby came, and as soon as baby came, the pain stopped. So I now started apologizing to everyone in the room, told everyone I was sorry. I was like, hey, nurse, hey, Jay, I'm so sorry. Sophie, sorry about that. So that's how that went. And I found that my recovery with the natural birth was so much quicker. The nurse came maybe like 15 minutes after I'd literally had the baby, and she goes, okay, well, we need the bed, so you need to walk. And I'm like, how? I just had a baby, but I got up and I felt like I could have just walked home. Wow. Like I felt like I could have just strolled home and just carried on with my day, cleaned my house, and everything would have been fine. So that's one of the things I really, really enjoyed about that, and which is why when I was pregnant this time round with my last baby, I knew I'd probably just do like a natural birth because I loved that I was able to just get up on my feet very quickly. I felt like my recovery, even by when I got home, was much quicker. With the epidural, I still had like a little bit of pain, and I just felt, so for me, team, what works for you? If your pain threshold is, listen, as long as there's no certificate for suffering, that's how I feel. So as long as baby gets here and is healthy and happy and whatever your doctor suggests as well, I would say go with it. But for me, if I was to somehow get pregnant again and have like 4 kids, then it will probably be natural for me.
I have a question for you. Do you think it was because of your fitness level before you became pregnant
that I was able to
sort of, I don't want to use the word snap back, but sort of get on your feet almost immediately?
That's a very good question. I don't know, because with my first daughter, I don't think that I was that fit by the time I had given birth. But I know that your fitness level does have quite a lot to do with your general recovery, which is why doctors recommend you like working out through pregnancy as well, being active and engaging your core, and so that I never actually thought about that.
I think it did.
That might have played a role. But everyone that I've spoken to in general who's had a natural birth always talks about how quickly, like literally 10 minutes, you're able to just walk home if you have no complication. So speaking of birthing stories, is it just me? Or is there a lot of pressure on new moms to snap back quickly after delivery, particularly due to the wonderful advent of social media?
Yes, social media has not really helped in that aspect at all. Right. I've had 2 C-sections. My first was because my baby was transverse. So there was nothing I could do.
What does transverse mean?
It was lying.
Oh,
yeah. Wow. It was lying this way, so there was nothing we could do about it. The little one decided not to go head down. But then, after I had my baby, it took about 3 months for me to get my body. I think I'm one of the lucky ones. Okay. So it's not easy for a C-section mom to get her body back almost in 3 months or in 6 months. It takes a while for you to get that body back. So I think social media has not really helped in any way. It hasn't helped.
For me, I feel it's like a mixed bag. It helped in a good way. It has also helped in the bad way, obviously. For some people, it motivates you to lose weight, and also depends on how you consume such messages, and will I say your confidence level. And at the other hand, it sort of put pressure on a lot of moms. Thankfully, when I had my daughters, I had a set of triplets about 6 years ago, and I had them through a C-section, obviously. Snapping back was not a problem for me because at that time, all I was more interested in was taking care of them and getting enough sleep. So when I had them, I actually lost a lot of weight. In short, the last few weeks, towards the end of the pregnancy, it was just all the tummy. When you see me, that's the only thing you see. Just the tummy. I lost so much weight. In short, when I had them, I was fluctuating between 6 and 8, size 6 and 8.
Wow.
And it was so bad. Mine was so bad because I couldn't sleep. Sleep was a problem. You know how it is for new moms. And so I couldn't breastfeed. I wasn't lactating well for obvious reasons. And so the thought of making sure that they were okay. So for me, snapping back was not an issue. A lot of my clothes didn't fit again. My pre-pregnancy clothes didn't fit.
They're too big.
Yes, because I had lost so much weight. And I recall going to see my doctor, please give me something to add weight. And the man was like, don't worry, to come. I said, my jeans are falling. Everything is. I look.
Can you imagine? Honestly,
so mine was so funny.
It's just choking me, but carry on.
And indeed, I did add weight. So, and when the weight came, it came. So, but I think yes, it's good to snap back. It's good to aspire to attain your pre-pregnancy body. But one thing is very important: you need to be confident in your body, because the truth is, whether or not you snap back or you don't snap back, your body is not the same.
Right.
So all we see is just the pretty clothes, but you know what you look like when you look at the mirror. So I feel you have to be confident, and husbands actually have a role to play.
Yes, I completely agree.
So, husbands also need to encourage their wives, because truly your body underwent a lot of changes, 9 months. So you don't except you're one of the lucky few. You will not snap back like this. But then if Jesus lays his hands on you,
you know what you do? They all signals. Some people do snap back and then have stretch marks all over. That alone is another angle. I mean.
And I think moms should also be nicer to moms.
I agree.
Because some of these negative,
moms.
exactly, it shouldn't just be a hashtag, because some of these negative comments come from fellow moms.
Yes, true.
You be like, are you the first to give birth?
Exactly.
Even on social media, I'm like, I see some very nasty comments, and I'm like, so you mean a mother actually picked up her phone?
They come from moms. The meanest ones come from actual mothers.
So I think we just a little more love will make it easy for a lot of new moms.
Yes, true.
I agree.
Even older moms, because some people it takes 10 years.
Exactly.
Some people it takes forever.
Exactly.
And we are all different. We have different genetic makeup.
And different body types.
Exactly.
What's important is that you're healthy, right? And I think that you, as a woman, you don't need to put that much pressure on yourself. The most important thing is that you've had a baby. That's amazing. It's a miracle. Your body has already, and I tell that to a lot of my clients, like, your body has come through so much and you've given birth. Like, your body is a champ. It has done well. So don't punish your body. Celebrate it and just work with it. And everything has a purpose. I remember, I had a turning point with this baby that I just had. Of course, I'm trying to get back in shape. That's very important to me, not just for the aesthetics, but I like feeling fitter. I'm very into fitness, so it was very important for me to lose the weight. And I remember I had this really tight postpartum compression belt thing, hardcore one, because I was like, I want to get my tummy in quick. So I was wearing it one night. My baby was very, very colicky, super colicky, worst colic ever. It was horrible. And she liked being on my belly. When they're colicky and crying and squirming, they just want to be on you and be soothed by you. Exactly. So I was carrying her and I was trying to put her on not on my chest, like on my belly. But she couldn't settle because of all my contraptions and my things. And I was just looking at myself like, what are you doing? For what? I just ripped it off and flung it.
Mom actually sent me a DM a while back. She had a C-section and she started training, I think, a week after. And I told her, why do you want to? Don't put so much pressure on yourself.
At your own, the detriment of your health.
She doesn't like her body right now, that she needs to snap back in a month or two. And I told her the honest truth. my darling, you cannot snap back except him.
A miracle happened.
And you just focus on your child for now.
Yeah,
Focus on your
exactly.
baby and leave every other thing for now. I mean, it's really.
I also feel that before a mom can accept this message we are preaching, she needs to get to that level of I don't know if it's self-confidence or self-awareness. A lot of moms don't really have that, what's the word? Confidence?
I think it's the confidence.
I feel it's both.
Okay.
Self-awareness and self-confidence.
Confidence. And most times because of people they surround themselves with. They are surrounded by a lot of negative energy, a lot of negative people, the kind of friends you roll with, people who will always tell you, your tummy, or your flabby arms. You know, we need people who will tell us the truth. Of course, we do, but you know what I mean? You shouldn't be like, okay, what are you doing about the tummy?
Yeah, right. Okay, yeah.
Because it's really hard. New being ushered into motherhood comes with a lot of things, the good, the bad,
and the ugly. And like you said, what's really interesting is that even when you can snap back, lose the exact weight that you have gained, but your body is not going to do this.
Never ever.
No. So it's just embracing the change. It is gone. It's gone, but that's good because you have something new to work with.
Yep.
It's exciting. Okay, so I'm loving the conversation so far. It's been so good. So shall we get into some reader questions?
Yes.
Okay, let's do it. Question 1. My husband and I currently have 2 children, 1 of each gender. I know he's very content, but I can't help but want to have another child. I just feel like 3 will balance us out. He's not interested in any talk of another child. But in this day and age, what is the ideal number of children to have?
Can I say something? Cut your coat according to your clothes.
That's it.
To me, that's what it is, really. I mean, if you can actually do it financially, if you can raise 3 kids financially without compromising, then you should go for it. But if not, just stay on your lane, like the word, day your day.
I like that.
So I just feel have the number of children you can cater to, and emotionally too, besides financial. You know that you are a mom of 3 right now. You know how the transition was from baby 1, baby 2, baby 3.
Yeah.
So you need to be prepared for that.
Yeah.
So just do
A whole lot of work.
do what you deem fit for you.
I agree. So just in general, what works best for your family? I would be interested in why your husband isn't keen to have another child. If it's like a financial thing, or if it,
Then you should watch it.
It really depends. But so in general, what are we saying? Just do what works best for your
you.
family, depending on your situation, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Exactly.
That's fair. So question number 2. My husband and I have been married for 2 years now, and I'll be honest, it was an arranged marriage.
This age.
Okay, it works. Some work.
It can work.
It can work.
But let's see what she says. We are still getting to know each other, but I can't help but feel like we might have nothing in common. My mother has advised me to try and get pregnant because she believes a baby will help bring us together. What do you think? Do children really bring a couple together?
This is a dicey one.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I don't even know, to be honest.
Do children really keep marriages? Do they bring? Well, if the love is there. But I think they should work on themselves first. This is just me saying, because it could work, it might not work, because already there's no connection from what she's saying. So bringing a baby into the picture, I don't know what it will amount to. So I think I'll just
the
pass.
whole relationship. It's real. So I think, like she mentioned,
work on it.
Yes, they need to work on
Yeah.
their
Work on
relationship
it.
first before bringing.
Don't bring children into this.
No.
Yeah, I
confusion.
agree. I don't know if you should be having children with someone that you don't
love.
know. You know, she says, specifically says,
No connection.
We are still getting to know each other, and we have nothing in common. I don't know if that's a good idea. Like, I agree. I think maybe get to know the person and kind of get on the same page emotionally, because that is someone that you're having children with, right? That's
And a
supposed to
lifetime.
be your partner. So I don't know, sis. So what are we saying? We're saying no. Take your time, get to know the person, right? And
Build the relationship, and then the
before
children
bringing
will come.
babies into
Know the
it.
pros, know the cons, and then
See
children
if
will
you
come.
can.
live with it, yes.
Yeah. But what do we feel about arranged marriages, though? Yes or no?
In these days, sometimes it's necessary. In this day and age, it's necessary because
I'm
men,
not even mad.
there are no husbands, so
Yes.
just
there are no husband materials out there. So sometimes they have to hook you up.
No, there are actually husband materials out there. We have husband materials.
Okay, very few, Abi.
Very few. Very few.
And a lot of
I'm
girls
mad.
chasing after them. So it
5
works.
to
Some
1.
work.
It can work. Good luck, sis. We're praying for you. So yeah, so how was today? I mean, this was fun. I really enjoyed the conversation. It was really, really good.
Yeah.
And I actually took a lot from it as well.
I did learn as well from you and Dupe as well.
It was great. It was really great. So thank you all so much for watching Mom Chit Chat. Please make sure you follow us on Instagram and YouTube at MomChitChat TV. Until next time, bye.
Bye.